$10 million. Guess you're buying the coffee.
We're off in half an hour. Can't you wait?
3 days on a bank like that doesn't happen. I need caffeine.
All right, fine. Black. Large.
Got it.
Cool mask, mister.
Everybody on the ground! Everybody down! Get down, kids! Put your guns down when the kid dies! Put him down! Do it!
It's too loud.
On the floor, I swear to God, I killed the kid! Slide him across the ground! Get down on the ground now, face down, face down! Head down! Do not move! Do not move! Stay right here. Do not move. Do you understand me? Do not move. Cash drawer and reserve drawer, all of it in your backpacks. Move! Hurry up! Zip it up! Give me the bag. Give me the bag! Stay there. Let's go. Let's go. There you go.
Please don't hurt him.
Northbound on Ogden. He has a child hostage, approximately 12 years old. Where's my son? I'm sorry, we have helicopters, police cruisers. We are doing everything that we can. Dylan is developmentally disabled. He trusts everyone. He won't realize he's my kid. It's going to be okay.
We might be in luck. Tell her drop the GPS pack.
What? It's a tracking device. We're gonna find him. Come on, let's go.
That's it. Come on down. Hands all the way over your head. Come on, man. Everybody, come on down. Folks, one at a time, hands above your head. Thank you. Sir, hands above your head. Come on down.
Dylan, where is the man who took you out of the bank?
He told me to get on the bus. Then he drove away super fast like the wind.
Did he hurt you?
No, he was really nice. He gave me this.
The brain stores memories in different ways. Short-term memories, where you left the keys, the name of the girl you picked up at the bar last night, are managed by the hippocampus. But the hippocampus doesn't keep them for long. It kicks them out to the cortex, where they strengthen or weaken, depending on how often you visit them. Every time you access a memory, neurons are activated, and that memory grows stronger. But ignore a memory for too long, and you may lose it forever.
Time to wrap it up, Doc. It's 2 o'clock.
Okay, that's it for today. Need I remind you, lab reports are due in Mr. Lewicki's box Friday. Interrupt us every 10 minutes.
What do I say?
I don't know. Make something up. Dad?
Daniel.
What's all this?
Wendy and I moved into a condo a couple of weeks ago. I'm giving you the house. There's just a few documents for you to sign.
I already have a house.
You have a house you could afford to buy on a teacher's salary.
Exactly. So I don't need to replace it with a mansion big enough to raise the Von Trapp family.
Daniel, this is a gift. Swallow your pride and accept it.
Swallow? Wow. Really? We barely speak for 20 years, and now you show up out of the blue to insult me?
Oh, the melodrama. You get that from your mother.
Why are you doing this? Are you trying to avoid property taxes?
You know, I should have died and left it to you in my will. It would have been a lot more pleasant than this.
Dr. Pierce, Agent Moretti called. She needs you down at the FBI as soon as possible.
You know what, Dad? Keep your house. I don't want it. We were early, but it worked out perfectly.
It wasn't an excuse, Doc. Kate really does need to see you.
The same guy has robbed 6 banks over the past 9 weeks. Got away with almost 700 grand. We looked at the kind of banks he's hit and staked out 5 locations. 2 agents at each branch for the past 3 days. This morning, Dalton and I almost got him.
Just the 2 of you. Who's that government cutback?
2 of us would have been plenty if a kid wasn't taken hostage.
Is the kid all right?
He's okay. Steve let him go, but he's only 12. His mother says he has something called Williams syndrome.
Yeah, it's a chromosomal disorder. Causes learning disabilities, lower IQ, visuospatial impairments, but it's often accompanied by striking musical and verbal abilities.
Yeah, this kid's really friendly. I just hope he doesn't make you uncomfortable.
I'll be fine.
A brain doctor. Whoa! I like your scarf. Why do you wear it inside? Are you cold?
No, I'm not cold. That just makes
Are
me
you
feel...
sick?
Not in the way you mean.
Why are you frowning? Do you need a hug?
No, I don't need... No, really, okay.
Dylan. Come here. Hey, kiddo, can you tell Dr. Pierce and Agent Moretti what the robber looked like?
The skeleton was smiling with nice teeth. Skeletons are dead, but they look happy.
Did he take off his mask?
Yes, but his real face wasn't smiling, and neither was the other guy.
Okay, there was another man. Was he driving the car?
Yeah, like Indy 500. Mom, you should drive like that.
I don't think so.
Dylan, can you describe the driver? What color was his skin?
Like me.
Okay, good. Okay. Was he tall, short?
I don't know, but he had a cool necklace, a big shark. But he wasn't nice like the skeleton man.
What did he do that wasn't nice?
He asked me what was wrong with me. I don't like it when people do that. I told him I have a disability. My brain is special. He laughed and said I was a tart.
You're right, that wasn't nice. I'm sorry he said that.
But the other guy said I shouldn't feel bad. He said his brain was messed up too.
Messed up how?
He's got a disease. He said he's gonna die.
Did he say the name of his disease?
No. But I hope he doesn't die.
Can you remember anything else they said to you before they let you go?
The guy with the shark necklace said they should take the money to the airport. But the sick guy said no because he didn't have enough yet.
Dylan? Is there something else?
The guy with the necklace said I saw too much, so maybe they should get rid of me. But the other guy said, they were never going to do that again.
Sounds like our robbers might be murderers, too.
Maybe, but people with Williams syndrome are sometimes more poetic than precise.
Hey,
Hey.
anything on the Cherokee?
Nothing yet?
Put out a watch on the airport, bus, and train stations.
Watch for what?
2 white guys paying cash for their tickets. One of them might be wearing a shark necklace.
Maybe I should alert the Coast Guard too.
Look, the good news is we have more than just Dylan's statement to go on. We're pretty sure that these were inside jobs. MO's always the same. They hit right after a cash delivery, and they know how to find the GPS card.
So a manager or a security guard,
Or a teller.
whoever it is, according to Dylan, one of them's very ill.
Someone on sick leave? Okay. Thank you. A lot of people out on various days, but this one teller, Shane McNamara, has been out on sick leave for almost 2 months. FBI, open the door. You're under arrest.
Get on the floor!
On the floor, lose the blanket!
Show us your hands.
Hands behind your back.
I'm sick. I need a doctor.
Up we go.
I understand you're not feeling well. You want to tell me what's wrong?
I have Kuru.
The only way you could have Kuru is if you were in Papua New Guinea.
I was 17 years ago.
What's Kuru?
It's a prion disease, like mad cow. It's untreatable. Fatal. You get it from eating human flesh.
Everyone wants to go to Hawaii, Bali. I want someplace different. New Guinea was cool. I didn't just surf, I hung out with the 4A tribe. And they had this ceremony where they gave me some weird kind of meat. I wasn't sure what it was, but they had just had a battle with a neighboring tribe. And when one of their warriors is killed, they eat his flesh.
The 4A believe it returns the dead man's spirit to the tribe.
Yeah, right.
What are your symptoms?
My knees, my shoulders are killing me. Headaches. I can barely sleep anymore, and sometimes my body just shakes.
Okay, so how did you go from cannibalism to robbing banks and killing people?
Killing people? What are you talking about?
Your hostage heard you say that you'd gotten rid of somebody.
The kid's special, right? He's confused. I wouldn't hurt anybody.
That's why you carried a Tech-9.
I just wanted the money. Nobody got hurt, all right?
If you thought you were dying, what'd you need all that cash for?
I figured that I would go back to the South Pacific. Fiji, maybe. I would buy a little crib on the beach and surf until I couldn't do that anymore. And then one day, I would just paddle out and let the sharks get me.
How romantic. And did your partner have an equally lame plan? Tell us who it was.
No way. I am dying. And I'm not going to screw anybody else.
Do you think he really has Kuru?
I've never seen a case before, but his symptoms fit all the criteria. The disease was pretty widespread among the 4A.
But he was in New Guinea almost 20 years ago.
It can take decades to incubate. I'll tell you what, if it is Kuru, he doesn't have long. Once the symptoms appear, it progresses very quickly.
Can't they just test for it?
The only way to know for sure is an autopsy. With those symptoms, it could be other disorders. I'm going to get his doctor to run some tests.
Lyme disease? How is that possible?
You left it untreated for a long time. As a result, you developed mild encephalitis. Some of the symptoms are similar to Kuru.
Yeah, but I looked on the internet. Everything matched.
Yeah? Did you? Next time, try talking to an actual human being, preferably one who went to medical school. See, this is exactly the kind of bullshit that comes with people self-diagnosing on the computer.
I was sure I was going to die.
Not from Lyme disease, you're not. A simple course of antibiotics, and I'm sure you'll live a long and incredibly unproductive life.
In federal prison. Weapons charges, 6 banks, kidnapping. You're looking at 60 years. Unless, of course, you cooperate and give us the name of your partner. I can probably convince the U.S. attorney to let you serve out your sentences concurrently. 10 years.
I don't know.
All right. You can surf that last wave and you get out. You'll only be 96. Mr. O'Hare?
Yeah.
FBI. We're looking for your son, Josh.
I haven't seen Josh for 17 years. He's out of the country.
Well, apparently he's back.
What? When?
His friend Shane McNamara told us that Josh snuck back into the country a few months ago on a freighter. May we come in?
Yeah, sure. Shane and Josh first met when they were 11, 12 years old.
Shane told us they went to college together in California.
Yeah, Santa Barbara. That's where they started surfing. Senior year, I gave Josh some money for their trip. And the day he left on that trip, that was the last time I saw him.
Shane told us he decided to stay.
Yeah, sent me a damn email. You believe that? Some BS about Western materialism and living the simpler life, and said he had found the last paradise on Earth.
And that's when you lost contact?
Well, he emailed me for a couple more years. Mainly it was just to ask me to wire him some money.
Did you?
Yeah, what would you do? You know, he was my kid. I was worried about him. But after about $20,000, I cut him off.
He never contacted you again?
No, not a damn word. I emailed him a couple of years ago when his mom was dying of kidney disease, and she just, wanted to see Josh one more time before she passed, but he didn't answer. He never showed up. So she died thinking her only son had abandoned her. Now you're telling me he's robbing banks. But he's still my kid, and I would do anything to see him again.
Well, maybe there's a way you can help us catch him.
Well, son, it's not too late. No one has been hurt. Please turn yourself in. And whatever you've done, whatever mistakes you've made, I want you to know that I still love you. That's it.
I know that wasn't easy.
Can't believe I'm trying to get my own son arrested.
Well, it's better than a shootout with federal marshals, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. What do I do now?
Wait.
Dr. Pierce,
Yes.
I'm Annie from Blue Lake Properties.
Not interested.
Wait a minute. I met your father recently. I've been trying to get him to sell that gorgeous Tudor on Grove, but he told me that you're the new owner and that I should talk to you.
What? No, there's been a mistake.
Oh, I get it. You're planning to move in there yourself, aren't you? I mean, who wouldn't?
I wouldn't.
Okay, that's fine. I can sell this house for you. You mind if I take a look at it?
Yes, actually.
Not bad. We'll have to do some staging, get rid of a little bit of clutter. Do you mind me asking, what did you pay for it?
Oh, A, that's none of your damn business, and B, it's not for sale.
Dr. Pierce, have you already contacted another agent? I promise you, nobody's gonna sell this house faster than I can. I can already think of several clients who'd be very interested.
Okay, look, I'm busy, okay? So if you want to sell the house, go talk to my father. In the meantime, please get the hell out of here.
Think it over, okay? Your hardwood floors are lovely, by the way.
Thank you.
If you don't want your father's house, why don't you sell it and donate the money to charity?
Because then I'd just be playing his games.
What game?
I don't know. But he's obviously got some ulterior motive.
Maybe he does. What if the house is an excuse to reconnect with you?
That's a pretty screwed up way of doing it.
Well, maybe your father doesn't know any other way to talk to you.
That's for sure.
This could be a chance to repair your relationship with him.
Daniel, what are you doing here?
I want to talk to my father.
No, he's not here right now. He went out for bagels this morning. He hasn't come back.
Another time, maybe.
No, wait, please. I'm actually glad you're here. Can you come in for a minute? I tried calling him, but he forgot his cell phone. I think he's lost.
My father? He's got the best sense of direction of anyone I know.
Oh, no, not lately. Sometimes he gets mixed up when we're driving places. And if I say anything, he gets very defensive. Suddenly he has this terrible temper.
Well, he might be having a reaction to his heart medication.
Do you think that could be it? Let me get it so you could take a look.
Sure.
Thank you.
Hello? Anybody home?
What, are you following me?
You just told me to talk to your father.
Well, he's not here.
Well, I'm glad I ran into you. I think I already found a couple who wants to make an offer on your house.
I told you I'm not interested.
Are you talking to me?
What? No, Yeah, beta blockers can sometimes cause confusion.
I'm really worried about him. Can you help me find him?
Wendy, I haven't been in touch with him in years. I haven't the faintest idea where he might have gone.
Remember the first rule of real estate, Daniel.
Location, location, location?
Location? What are you talking about?
I think I know where he is.
Go ahead, Doc. We'll wait here for you.
You changed your mind. You want the house.
That's not why I'm here, Dad.
Hey, do you remember when we had the backstop out there and you used to pretend to be Ernie Banks? I pitched you for hours.
The way I remember it, you tossed me 3 pitches, took a phone call, and never came back.
You forgot. I remember it like yesterday.
What are you doing here, Dad?
What, do I need permission to visit my own house?
Your wife was worried. You could have called, let her know where you were.
It's none of your business.
You got lost, didn't you?
Just because you can't find your way out of a paper bag does
Dad.
Fine. I couldn't remember where the new condo was. You want to make a federal case out of it?
Have you had trouble remembering other things lately?
Congratulations. You figured it out. I have Alzheimer's. You must have a PhD in brain science.
You saw a doctor?
Of course I saw a doctor. Do you think I'm an idiot?
Well, Wendy didn't say anything about it.
Well, I didn't tell her anything about it. That's the point. There's nothing anyone can do for me. There's no cure, right?
Not yet, no.
I know the drill. My friend Walter went through this. Ended up in diapers. I'm going to forget everything that ever happened in my life, and then I'll be dead. So do you want the damn house or don't you?
That's what this is about?
What?
This is all some grand gesture to earn my forgiveness before you're too far gone to care?
Oh, there you go. I forget that you're a paranoid. Wendy, take me home.
Hey. Still no sign of Josh O'Hare?
Not yet. We're monitoring his father's phones, surveilling his house. Josh's keeping his head down, but we did get a little help from Cyber. Check this out.
Added 20 years.
Yeah, we're making up flyers. Tell you one thing, though, they're never getting their hands on my picture. I do not want to know.
You will be just as beautiful as you are today. I'll add a little salt and pepper. We'll be the sexiest 50-something couple in Chicago.
Speaking of, did you find out if we got the date that we wanted at St. Mary's?
Father Pat says he'll book it as soon as the annulment goes through.
Okay, now, I'm a good Catholic. You know this, but doesn't it strike you as a little bit absurd that the church won't marry us because we've been divorced, yet they're granting us an annulment so we can pretend that we were never married in the first place just so we can get married all over again?
I'd get divorced and annulled 100 times if it means I get to marry you again.
We're ready. I'll be there right away. CPD's got a burning car in an abandoned garage on the south side.
So what?
Got about $500,000 on fire, too. All of it in Chicago Federal Bank wrappers.
It's like somebody forgot something.
You guys pop the trunk?
Shark necklace.
Yep. Looks like we don't have to print up those flyers. But we probably still need DNA and dental records to prove it's Josh.
So if the killer didn't want the money, then what's the motive?
Anyone ever teach you to knock, sweetheart?
I told you, the crocodile man.
You mean like he was wearing a mask?
No, what's wrong with you? Give me a drink, honey. Why don't you?
Excuse me. One moment, Shirley.
Her brain needs alcohol to function.
You want me to give booze to an alcoholic?
We should get her into detox as soon as possible. But in the meantime, it's more ethical to give her a drink than to let her DTs get any worse.
I do have a bottle of peppermint schnapps in my desk drawer. It was a gift from my Secret Santa last Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So, you were inside your shelter.
House. My house.
You were inside your house, and you heard some men shouting.
Yeah, but I couldn't understand nothing. Yeah. One of them talked funny. I told you. Like the crocodile man, you know, from the movies.
Wait a second, do you mean like Crocodile Dundee?
Yeah.
So you're saying he had an Australian accent?
I've been telling you that for hours.
Okay, now, was the man with the accent the one who did the shooting?
I don't know. I didn't see him. I only heard him. Now, fill her up.
Well, Josh is from Chicago, so his killer must be the one with the accent.
Not necessarily. Josh lived in New Guinea for years. The accents are similar. He could have easily picked it up.
So basically, we got nothing.
Except a body burned to a crisp. Now I have to ask a man for a DNA sample to confirm that his son is dead.
You don't need my DNA.
What do you mean?
I know it was Josh. I'm the one who killed him.
My client's not a young man. If he's going to serve time, we want federal prison, not Juliet.
I'll consider adding him to the continuing bank robbery indictment. But only if he gives us a full accounting.
What do you want to know?
We never picked up on any communication between you and Josh. How did you find him?
He left a note in my truck at a job site. Said he wanted to talk, but not there because he was worried about cops.
I thought you were trying to help us bring him in.
Well, I wanted to hear what he had to say, before you people took him away from me again. Note said to meet him at that abandoned garage.
Okay, so you blew off the FBI and you went down there, but what I don't understand is how you went from pleading to see your son again to killing him.
Well, I thought maybe if I saw him, I'd be able to forgive him for what he did to his mother. But I was wrong. He offered me money. He thought he could pay me off for abandoning her. That was blood money. Made me sick.
Okay. We're taking you to holding. We'll transfer you to Metro tomorrow.
Doesn't make sense. John loved his son. Why would he kill him?
He couldn't forgive him, just like you won't forgive your father.
Oh, I'm supposed to forgive my father? Why? Because he tries to buy me off of the house?
Well, maybe he's not asking for forgiveness. Maybe he's asking for help. Think about it. He's an emotionally stunted man who doesn't know how to express his feelings. He's scared. He's dying. And his son just happens to be a brilliant neuroscientist. Maybe a part of him is hoping that you'll help him through this terrifying illness.
Yeah. Did he help my mom when she was dying? Or me, when I was in the hospital? Did he come to visit me even once?
So your solution is to just act like he did.
Sorry to barge in, but I wanted to tell you the buyers have decided not to make an offer on your house after all.
Really? Yeah, that's because they're not real. And neither are you.
Actually, that's not the reason. They don't want your house because of the airport noise.
Airport? What? Midway? I'm nowhere near
Not
there.
Midway, the other one.
Ready?
I need to speak with the kid, Dylan Wilcox, right away.
Well, hello to you too, Daniel. Why do you need to talk to him?
I don't think John O'Hare really killed his son. Dylan, when you were in the car with the bank robbers, exactly where did they say they wanted to take the money?
The airport.
Did they say which airport?
O'Hare.
Are you sure?
Yes. He said, let's take the money to O'Hare. That's a big airport and Midway's a small one. We learned it in school. In New Orleans, the airport is called Louis Armstrong International. He's a trumpet player just like me. You want to hear me play, Dr. Pierce? I learned a song by J.S. Bach today.
Sweetheart, Dr. Pierce is very busy.
It's all right. I would like to hear you play sometime. My mother loved Bach. But of the two men, which one said O'Hare?
The one with the shark necklace.
When we first talked to Dylan, he said that Shane and Josh were going to take the money to the airport, but he misunderstood them. They weren't planning on taking the money to O'Hare Airport. They were planning on taking it to John O'Hare.
Well, so what? We already knew that Josh was trying to give the money to his father.
No, you're missing the point. Don't you see? John lied. The man that brought him the money, the man he killed, couldn't possibly have been his son.
Where the hell are you getting that?
Dylan said the man who referred to John as O'Hare was the one in the shark necklace.
Yeah, Josh, the guy in the trunk.
We thought it was Josh.
But it couldn't have been because Josh wouldn't have called his own father by his last name. He just would have called him Dad.
Exactly. So if the dead guy wasn't Josh, why would John claim that it was?
You lied to us. The man you killed wasn't your son. Who was it? Come on, John. We're gonna find out eventually. Something had to have happened in that parking garage. Be honest with us. Tell us what happened. Maybe we can help you.
Most of what I told you was true. But it wasn't Josh who left the note. It was some guy named Mick.
Mick who?
I don't know. Just some Aussie Shane was robbing banks with.
Crocodile Dundee.
Note said that he knew my son from New Guinea. Wanted me to meet him. He wanted to talk to me about Josh. I didn't know what I was walking into. So I took my gun. All right, I'm here. Where's my son?
This guy here. Josh died in New Guinea 17 years ago.
No, that's not possible.
He got hurt. We couldn't get him to a doctor.
What do you mean he died? I got emails from him.
We sent those.
We?
Me and Shane. We didn't know how to tell you what happened. So we lied, pretended we were Josh.
For a second, I felt relief, because Mick's story meant that Josh hadn't abandoned us, hadn't ignored his mom's last wishes. He was dead the whole time. It meant that I could remember him the way he really was, a really good kid who I loved with all my heart. But I couldn't believe what I was hearing. You use his email to get money from me?
That's why we robbed the banks. The money's for you.
What are you screwing with me here?
We want to make up for what we did to you and your family. We were trying for $1 million. It's not quite that much.
This is insane. You let my son die, and now you think you can make up for it?
This was a bad idea.
Look, we're trying to do the right thing, yeah? Just take the friggin' money.
It is, mate.
Yeah, I killed this son of a bitch. And I burned his body.
But you told us that the man who you killed was your son. Why?
Because you were planning on killing Shane, too.
And the only way you could get to him was to have yourself thrown in federal prison.
Those bastards ended my life 17 years ago. They do not deserve to live.
Oh, I'm having you transferred to a different facility. You'll never get anywhere close to Shane.
He'll rot in jail anyway. You know what that Aussie scumbag had the balls to say to me before I shot him?
You can't kill me. I've got your son's spirit in me.
You believe that bullshit?
Actually, I think he was telling the truth. Just not all of it.
You have told us nothing but lies and half-truths. It's time for the real story.
We know the person you robbed banks with wasn't Josh O'Hare, what with his being dead for the past 17 years.
I never should have told you that it was Josh. That was stupid. But I knew that you wouldn't be able to find him.
You're trying to protect your real accomplice, Mick Dorian.
You caught Mick.
He's dead. John O'Hare killed him.
Oh, God.
Tell us about Mick.
Josh and I met him on our surf trip. We went to New Guinea with him.
Which is where you and Mick killed Josh, right?
Why would you think that?
Your hostage overheard you say that you had gotten rid of someone, remember?
The person you got rid of was your best friend.
Which is why you and Mick felt so guilty.
You've been living with a horrible secret for 17 years, Shane. It must be destroying you.
None of this ever would have happened if we didn't meet Mick. He said the Bali sucked, that the waves were too crowded, and he said there were some killer breaks in Papua New Guinea.
I'm guessing New Guinea wasn't as great as he made it sound.
Not even close. Tons of crime. We were broke. We started hanging out with some of the rascals.
A gang?
Yeah. Real scary dudes. And one day Mick comes home with these guns. These gnarly looking guns that the rascals made out of steel pipes and pieces of wood. Mick says that he found this check cashing place, only one security guard, easy score. We can steal enough cash to keep surfing for a couple of months on one of the outer islands. We get really high, and we take the guns down there, and the owner shoots Josh before we even get to the register.
You have to take him to a hospital.
No way, mate. The cops will beat us and lock us in some hellhole jail. That'll be all she wrote.
He's gonna die, man.
Shane, please. We don't have any choice. We need to put him out of his misery.
What do you mean?
He's dying. We don't want him to suffer, do we? Hold him down. No way! It's for his own good, mate. If I was shot, I want you folks to do the same thing for me. Hold him!
But you weren't done, though, were you? You decided you had to keep Josh's spirit alive.
You know what we have to do, right? You can't be serious. We have to honor him. His soul can live on in us.
How could you do something like that?
In that place, at that time, it made sense. We thought maybe money would make Josh's father feel better.
All you've done is make things worse. Mick is dead. John O'Hare's in prison. Oh, and as far as your deal with the U.S. attorney goes, that's off the table. We'll see you when you're 96.
I really wish I had, Guru. At least it would make the memories go away.
What the hell is this?
Isn't it obvious?
It's a clinical trial for Alzheimer's pills. You signed me up without asking.
I had to pull a lot of strings to get you in that study.
Is this going to make me better?
It shows some promise.
What kind of promise?
I don't know, Dad. It's a long shot. Look, you have to try. You know, you can't just ignore your illness like you did with Mom's cancer or my schizophrenia.
I should have done more for you. I'm sorry.
I want to help you, Dad. Okay? But I'm not ready to forgive you.
You know what? You don't want my house? To hell with your damn study.
The past can come back to haunt us. Sins of our youth, old illnesses and injuries, they can stick with us for a lifetime. Even for all its incredible power, that tangled mass of neurons that you call your brain is a remarkably fragile organ. Take it out of its bone helmet, and it's just jello, vulnerable to the slightest wound. A single concussion can have long-term effects that show up decades later as major diseases like Parkinson's. A few too many nights of binge drinking, your brain might never be the same. But does that mean that we should live in protective cocoons? Never exposing ourselves to potential hurt, physical or emotional? Or is the real art of living to overcome our wounds? Make the best of our limitations. And embrace our gifts.
The Last Ship is cable's #1 new series, and TNT Sunday.
Turn over the doctor.
Battle lines are drawn.
I need to look him in the eyes.
And no one is safe.
I will sink you.
He's bluffing.
It's you they want.
The Last Ship. All new TNT Sunday at 9 or watch on demand.